Shifting focus to a story that we've been closely tracking on WION. Tens of thousands of Israeli demonstrators rallied in Jerusalem against a controversial Judicial Reform Bill that now faces a key vote. This will be a showdown between the hardline religious nationalist coalition and the Israeli society. The vote would mark the first major piece of legislation to be approved in the country. The Israelis calling for the proposed judicial overhaul to be scrapped. They were on the streets in Jerusalem carrying flags and beating drums. The police used water cannon to disperse these demonstrators. Thousands of demonstrators entering Jerusalem rallied near the Parliament, the Supreme Court and also the Prime Minister's residence. They arrived after a multi-day march that began in Tel Aviv earlier in the week. The demonstrators had marched for over 70 kilometers and had set up camps in the city. Meanwhile, counter-demonstrators also gathered in Tel Aviv. They say that the opponents of the bill want to override the will of the majority that voted Netanyahu's government into power last year. And the battle has opened up deep divisions in the Israeli society.
I'm here today to make it clear to the people that I've elected, to the people that I voted for, to the people that I support, that I am 100% in favor of this judicial reform. I think my country needs it. I think we absolutely need to go through with it. I think it would be a huge mistake to let anarchists who run absolute terror across our streets to win in this case, who are fully attempting a military coup. I think it would be a huge mistake to fall prey to that, and I really, really hope that they follow through with everything they've promised us they do.
As the demonstrators traveled to and from these protest sites, an interesting visuals from the station was posted by a member of the Knesset. The demonstrators going up the elevator heading to pro-judicial reform protest shook hands with the demonstrators going down the escalator heading to the anti-judicial reform demonstration. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be attending the vote on the judicial bill in Parliament on Monday. This as he is recovering from a cardiac pacemaker implant surgery in the hospital. Reports say that Netanyahu is feeling great, according to his doctors, that is. The Benjamin Netanyahu-led government is potentially set to win the vote as it sits on a comfortable majority in the single-chamber Knesset. Netanyahu's government argues that the proposed reforms will prevent overreach by the unelected judges and ensure a better balance of power. Critics, however, say that removing the standard, which is already invoked only in rare cases, would allow the government to pass arbitrary decisions, make improper appointments or firings, and also open door to corruption in the country. The demonstrations near the Parliament are expected, and the coalition also faces the threat of a mass boycott of service duty by thousands of military reservists if the law passes, that is. The US, a long-time ally of Israel, has also attempted to pressurize Netanyahu and his allies to halt its plans to overhaul the country's judiciary. US President Joe Biden urged Israel in a statement not to rush increasingly divisive judicial reforms in Israel.